guys. Super exciting. We just go by SGA, but it is a student government association. We've got lots and lots of acronyms at Catholic. That's one thing that you're going to definitely learn. So many acronyms. Hopefully your orientation advisors are starting to help you guys with that. But we are the Student Government Association at the Catholic University of America, and this is a little bit about who we are and what we do. So what does student government do? So student government is the official representative body for the undergraduate students of the Catholic University of America. We have 3 branches, and we represent the student opinion to the university senior leadership. So the 3 branches of student government are the executive, the Senate, and the Treasury Board. We are a very large body, and we function in multiple different facets for multiple different purposes. So you're going to learn more about each of these 3, the executive, the Senate, and the Treasury Board. So this is your executive board. As you can see, we're all here. So Gerald Sharp is the student body president. I am Hamid Al Carmen, and I am the student body vice president. We've got Brendan Civitello. Say hi, Brendan.
Hey everyone, how are you?
He is the student body treasurer. And we've got Miss Abby Anger, who is the student body secretary. Say hi, Abby.
Hi.
So the executive, this is what Gerald oversees. I mean, Gerald oversees the entirety of student government in general, but primarily the executive. So it's made up of 4 individuals elected through a school-wide election each spring. So our executive elections happened last spring, whereas elections for the Senate happened in the fall. And you elect president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary. The main job that we have is to maintain oversight, or the main job of the executive is to maintain oversight of their respective parts of SGA to ensure proper communication and advocacy. So for me, that means overseeing the Senate, because as vice president of student government, I am the president of the Senate. For Abby, it means overseeing everyone, all the deputy secretaries, all the people who are involved in like website planning, all those sorts of things, just like the whole communications team. For Brendan, that means overseeing the Treasury Board. And for Gerald, that means overseeing just about everything. So members of the executive serve on the Board of Trustees within the Catholic University community, on the Academic Senate, and other committees as advocates on behalf of the students. We also meet with lots of administrators weekly so that we can advocate on legislation that's been passed through the Senate, or advocate on behalf of student organizations or whatever it is that students feel they most need. So we really are just not only functioning in our individual roles that are pertinent to whatever part of student government we oversee, but also just acting as advocates on behalf of students always. Especially during a global pandemic, student government, in my opinion, is more important than ever. So for me, like I said, I am the vice president, but I'm also the president of the Senate. So the SGA Senate is comprised of 26 senators, with 2 senators from each class and 2 from each academic school. So the way that that works is there's 2 senators from the class of 2024. So there'll be 2 senators elected from your class, 2 from the class of 2023, 2 from 2022, 2 from 2021. Gerald, President Sharp, and I were senators for the class of 2022 for 2 years. And then we both decided to run together for student government executive. And we won somehow. That happened. Pretty exciting. Lots of hard work, but so the senators are elected in September. You're going to be getting more information about that if you are interested in running as the date gets closer and closer. And you will serve for the remainder of the academic year. So you will be serving from your time in September until the end of May. The Senate meets bi-weekly, and you will be assigned a committee as a senator, or you will sign up for a committee as a senator, and you will meet on the off weeks that Senate does not meet. The full body does not meet, your committee will meet. Like I said, the SGA vice president serves as the presiding officer in all of the Senate meetings. We use Robert's rules. It's a pretty formal body, a pretty formal process. So just be prepared for that if that's something that you're interested in. We have bylaws. We have executive bylaws, Senate bylaws, Treasury Board bylaws, and we have a constitution as well. So we're a pretty official and pretty legitimate, as well as formal organization. If you did Model UN in high school, that's the only thing I can say. It's like kind of comparable as far as the language and decorum that's maintained within the body. So if that gives you kind of a better idea and scope of what it looks like. The primary role of senators is to draft, debate, and vote on legislation regarding the school community and advocate for their constituents' needs. So a great example of a piece of legislation that was passed was legislation to extend hours in the library. There's been legislation to extend hours in the Kane Fitness Center. There's been legislation to try and reduce tuition. It's things from as large scale as that to as small scale as trying to fix potholes on campus. So you really can legislate about just about anything as long as it's well researched and well prepared. So that's the Senate.
Okay, I'm Brendan Civitello. I'm the student body treasurer, so I am in charge of oversight of the Treasury Board. So the Treasury Board is made up of 8 voting directors across all grades. So there's 1 freshman, 1 sophomore, 1 junior, 1 senior, and then 4 from any year. The directors don't run for their office, they get hired, so it's an application process. The board is charged with allocating the funds from the student activity fee to all student organizations for programming and other related costs. So we meet on a weekly basis for about 4 hours. For the first 2 hours, student organizations will come in and present their budgets to us. And then for the last 2 hours, we debate the budget and decide how much to allocate to them. As Hema said, we also have bylaws. We don't use Robert's rules, but we do have bylaws. And if you're interested in applying, the application will be up on the Nest within the next few days.
So another portion of student government is the executive initiatives. The executive initiatives offer a great opportunity for students to get involved in planning, outreach, and advocacy in 6 key niche areas. So these basically almost serve as focus groups for these specific areas, and they put on and plan events and speak with students in these niche areas to kind of hear feedback on what the university could be doing better within these 6 areas and how student government can help kind of foster this growth. So these 6 areas are diversity and inclusion, Catholic values, the arts, the environment, athletics, and campus wellness. So there is a director of executive initiatives. His name's Christopher Carey, and he oversees all of the different heads of the executive initiatives that are already hired. And there are associate director applications open for all first-year students to kind of get involved within these 6 niche areas if you guys want to be involved in student government in that capacity. So this is like positions open to first-year students within SGA. Just more specific, now that you know kind of what generally all of the different portions of the body do. So within the Senate, like I said, there will be 2 senators elected to represent your class of 2024. And you also have the opportunity to run to represent your academic school. So first-year students can absolutely run to, if you're in the School of Arts and Sciences and you're a politics major, you can run for the seat for the School of Arts and Sciences, regardless of what grade you're in. So across schools, you could have 1 senator that is a first-year student, and your co-senator could be a junior or senior. That happens all the time, and that's super feasible within those schools. Elections are on Wednesday, September 26th, 2020. And then really quickly, it's very quick turnaround. SGA orientation for all elected senators and all members of student government in general will be that following Saturday, and then I believe we meet the following week. So it's a very quick turnaround, but it's super exciting, and more information will be coming out the closer it gets. There's going to be mandatory information sessions for students across all grades to go to that you have to go to if you intend to run, because you have to submit an intention to run form and all those sorts of things. Brendan, you want to talk about Treasury Board and what's open for Treasury Board?
Yeah, so as I briefly mentioned, there's 1 position open to be a voting member of the board, which would represent your guys' year of 2024. There's also a position open as board secretary, where you would take roll call, record votes, post minutes to the Nest, all the sort of clerical stuff like that. You don't need to attend one of those information sessions that Hema was talking about in order to be able to do Treasury Board, because again, it's not an election process. But what you would have to do is you would have to fill out the application on the Nest and then go through an interview with me. So if you're interested in that, we would work out the details of the interview after you fill out the application.
Brendan is so fun to interview with, guys. Do it. I know I would want to interview with him. Look at him. Look at this guy. Great. Abby, you want to talk about the promotional team?
Definitely. So the promotional team is what kind of makes sure that everyone on campus knows what's going on in SGA. So we run all the social medias, the websites, all the outreach pieces, the newsletter that y'all got, the Cardinal Chirp that comes out monthly. So the promotional team is a small group of people that work together to ensure communication and transparency. And we have an opening to be a website manager. So exciting. Over the summer, we got a brand new website. It's like a cua.edu domain, which is awesome because we're officially affiliated with the university. Not every student org gets to do that. So we're some kind of special. But if you are interested in website design or you want to become interested and learn more about website design, definitely apply. The application will be up on the Nest in the coming days.
Yeah, and then we also have a research committee. So this is a portion of SGA that's kind of grown a lot in the past couple years. SGA is only in its 6th year, and it's extremely legitimate at Catholic University. I'm not just saying that because I'm involved in it, I promise. But it really is a legitimate organization, and people do take it seriously, especially university administration. So the research committee is a great way to get involved. It's looking to hire a few associate directors of research. It aids the Senate and the executive in researching a proposed idea before it's brought to the Senate and administration. It looks at historical analysis of the university and researches other universities as examples in order to like base legislation off of, which is really exciting. So say I wanted to propose legislation to make classes pass fail, which I did last year as a senator. The research committee, I can reach out to them and say, hey, can you do some research for me and find out what universities in the area are going pass fail since the start of the COVID pandemic. And they would present me with a bunch of research. That way you're not alone in presenting ideas as a senator. And if you're somebody who really likes to learn new things and really likes to research, the research committee is a great place. If I wasn't a senator, I would definitely do that just because I love doing research, especially on things that are really relevant and pertinent to like campus life and students. So it's really awesome. And then lastly, within the executive initiatives, like I said before, it offers a great opportunity for students to get involved in planning, outreach, and advocacy within those 6 areas that we talked about. And there are several associate director positions open within each of the initiatives. So every initiative has openings at this point. We've got directors and a few associate directors, depending on who wanted to apply for associate director. But beyond the lookout for informational sessions about all of these positions, the info sessions will take place during the first week of September. The application period for the Treasury, promotional, research, and executive initiative positions will be open in mid-September, some of them closer than that. I know Brendan said that, Brendan and Abby both said that for the promotional team and for Treasury Board, the positions will be open sooner than that. And they're gonna close the day after Senate elections for a lot of them. So this allows you to apply and run for multiple positions. So say you wanna run for the Senate and you end up not winning your Senate election, you can always apply or you can always apply for other positions that will be open. So yeah, so stay connected to SGA. These are our social media handles run by the incredible Abby Anger. She has really bumped up our social media game, absolutely legendary. We also have a Twitter that Abby just started. So like, I think she would cry if you followed that. It means so much to her. And then we also have a Facebook. Our Instagram is like super active, and you can read a lot about like what we've already done within the past semester. So this team of executive members was inaugurated in May. So we started May 1. We've been working really hard over this entire summer to get things ready for you guys, to make sure that SGA is still happening and legitimate. Senate will be run completely virtually, so will Treasury Board, obviously. But it is a great opportunity as well to get involved with upperclassmen on campus because they're all going to be involved in student government still. We already have a team of like 50 plus members, and that's without senators. So without the 26 senators. So we are a pretty large body with a lot of student involvement. So it's a great way to get involved, and it's a great way to get to know other people on campus, as well as other upperclassmen who are going to be at Catholic at some point in your Catholic career. So again, our website's there, our email is there. This is a picture of me and Gerald, my work husband, and then Abby and I. Yeah, so do you guys have any like specific questions, anything that we can like immediately answer? I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Yeah. Any specific questions? Oh, I think Molly in the chat said, is Gerald on this? No, his Wi-Fi is so bad. I'm so sorry, guys. So to be a part of the executive initiative, so those applications, like I said, are going to be going out in the coming weeks. Just kind of keep your eyes peeled, but I would say the easiest way to see application and opening positions is to follow that Instagram, like Abby was saying, or like I was saying. Yes, he just followed the SGA Instagram. Shout out, let's go. It's at Catholic SGA, I would just say that that's the easiest way to find out when applications are coming out, just because, like I said, we're a really large body, so not all the applications are going to be going out at the same time and ending at the same time. So just make sure that you are following that Instagram, and Abby, I'm sure, will post a thing saying executive application or executive initiative applications are open starting today. They end this date. So I would definitely say that, just because a lot is changing, and we're kind of the only thing that's really like secure right now as far as like dates, besides, I mean, all of it is, but I'm just saying, like, the only thing that's like set in stone right now is when Senate elections will be happening, and when those information sessions will be happening as well. I hope that helps. I'm sorry if that's like not the answer that you needed. And then the official rules for campaigning this year in light of COVID. That's a great question. So we are having to change the campaign rules a little bit, obviously. I know that first year students are on campus, but we are doing all campaigning virtually this year. That way it's not encouraging contact within individuals. And even then, like I said, first year students can run for seats within the arts and sciences school or within the School of Engineering or whatever it is, alongside upperclassmen. So we don't want to give first year students an unfair advantage over upperclassmen who wouldn't be on campus and be able to have that in-person campaigning advantage. So everything is going to be virtual. Just campaign through social media, campaign through whatever ideas you have. You can always talk to the executive about this. We campaigned completely virtually last year. So we were planning for because executive elections take a lot of preparation. We have like some really fun promo videos if you guys ever want to like look at them and be like, oh my gosh, you guys are nuts. But it was really cute. Our Instagram was like Building Catholic U. So if you find that Instagram, you can go stalk it. It was a great time. I had the best time doing it. But we started planning running for Senate. The executive elections were in April. We started planning around like November, December time, started doing active, tangible things then. And then COVID hit. So by the time of the elections, we had to completely convert everything to online campaigning. So if you guys ever have any questions about like kind of what we did and how that works, you can always just look at the Building Catholic U Instagram. I know it's kind of weird to plug, but like, if you want to see like what campaigning has looked like in the past, you can always look there. Typically people campaign virtually and in person anyway. People are always trying to plug on social media, but more official kind of rules and more guidelines will be given to you at the mandatory information sessions for all people trying to get involved and run in the Senate. Those will typically happen about 2 weeks before Senate election, so probably around the first week of September. So we're coming up on it in a couple weeks, but you'll get more official guidelines then, and hear a little bit more about what's happening as far as in light of COVID. SGA has a complete plan for how we're going to operate virtually this semester. So, any more questions? Anything else? You guys look like you're like, whoa. All right, what else major? Gerald?
Yes, my back.
Mr. President, you sound a little fuzzy. G? Oh, God. I'm so sorry that Gerald is just kaput right now. He is going to be very upset about this for the next 16 years. He's never going to let him. Yeah, everyone's like, yeah. Everyone in the executive knows Gerald is the most, yeah, there it is. Sorry about this, everyone. Thank you for being here. He's the most prepared and diligent and driven man I've ever met. And he is going to be heartbroken for the rest of eternity that he could not talk to you all. He put his email in the chat box if you guys want to email him. He is very punctual and answers emails within like 10 minutes to a fault. So please email him. He will answer any of your questions. You can also email me. I will drop my email here as well. If you have Senate specific questions, we're going to be using Zoom for Senate this year. It worked really well last year. Senate shifted to a virtual platform last year. So we kind of have some precedent with that. But again, like I said, it's very rules heavy. So we have to be kind of careful when it comes to virtual things. But yeah, you guys are free to stick around, ask us questions about Catholic, about SGA, about anything. Abby's involved in ministry. Gerald's an RA. I'm an orientation advisor. Brennan works in the Office of Campus Activities. Caden's obviously in OA. He's here. He's chilling. So if you have any questions about SGA, life in Catholic in general, or you want to ask me what I had for breakfast, we're here for you. We're here to chat with you and just hang out, be your pals. Also, get involved with us if you want to. So feel free to go, free to ask questions, free to hang out. So, Corey, hang out with me.
A bit of a weird question, but yesterday I ordered COA Dem stickers. Do you know like how long it usually takes for them to get here?
A king amongst men. It it shouldn't take too long. Where'd you order them from? Redbubble?
Yeah.
Yeah, they shouldn't take too long. They probably take like 3 or 4 days.
All
Okay,
right.
Jim's has the cutest stickers. Which ones did you order?
I ordered one matte
Hayden, you can
and
stop
one
now.
glossy of the Dems, like just the normal logoed ones.